Duck Tim. Do you hear? Quack, quack. Do you know who's screaming? This is the famous duckling Tim quacking. Have you ever heard of him? Probably heard. Who doesn't know Tim? An entire book could be written about his adventures. Tim has 3 sisters and 3 brothers, but they are all ordinary ducklings, and Tim is special. Just look at him. True, you might think that Tim is the most important in the yard. Once Tim went out the gate, looked to the right, looked to the left, and ran into the field. "Hey, Tim," said Mother Duck. "Don't go too far from me." "Nothing, Mom," Tim shouted. "I'll be back soon." And he ran on. After a few steps, Tim suddenly stopped. He saw something strange in the grass. It was an old chimney, all black with soot inside. Well, of course, Tim needed to look into it. Yes, it's a real tunnel. Tim rejoiced. That's good. And I'll be a locomotive. Tim squeezed through the chimney and immediately became covered in soot. The further Tim climbed, the blacker and blacker he became. See how he got out of the pipe, even the beak turned black. Mother Duck did not know that Tim climbed into the pipe. Mother Duck thought that Tim was walking quietly behind. Suddenly she turned around. "Guard! Save me!" yelled Mother Duck and rushed to her ducklings. "Let's run! Quicker! A monster is chasing us!" Mother Duck and the ducklings ran along the PVLU dash. They rushed with all their might, and Tim ran after them and shouted, "Wait! Wait! It's me, Tim!" But Mama Duck and the ducklings didn't hear Tim. They ran across the grass, quacked loudly, fell, got up and ran again. "Here is the pond. Jump into the water," commanded Mother Duck. "Probably the monster can't swim." The ducklings jumped into the water, and Mother Duck followed them. And Tim also ran to the pond and also jumped into the water. He dived to the bottom and gurgled like a frog. But then Tim rose to the surface of the water. He turned yellow again. Mother Duck glanced around cautiously. He left. "We are saved." "Tim, are you here too?" Yes, Mother," Tim grunted. "I drove the monster away." "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you." "Well done, Tim," the ducklings shouted in unison. "How smart and brave you are." "Well, don't praise him too much," Mama Duck grumbled. "It's bad for him. And now, tails up, head straight, swim after me." And they went home, Mother Duck in front, ducklings behind, and proud and happy Tim behind the ducklings. The next morning Tim sat on the bank of the pond and basked in the sun. Suddenly he sees a man with a basket walking along the road. Where is he going? Tim thought. "I'll go after him." The man went to the river, took out a bag from the basket and threw it into the water. As soon as the man left, Tim immediately jumped into the water and swam to the bag. The bag was tied up and squeaked softly. Strange, thought Tim, I've never heard the sack squeak. He pulled the sack by the string and pulled it ashore. Meow, the bag squeaked. Ouch! Tim was surprised and jumped aside. Meow, meow, squeaked the bag. There's someone out there, Tim said. He pulled on the rope. The bag opened, and a thin, wet, shivering black kitten crawled out of the bag. A black kitten from the bag and a duckling on the shore of the lake. Meow, he said. Thank you, duckling. You delivered me from death. Who are you? The famous Tim, the duckling proudly replied. And who are you? And I'm Churnish. The owner says that I am a glutton, that you will not get enough milk for me. So he decided to drown me, but you saved me. But where am I going now? Come with me, Tim said. You will live in our yard. We have a lot of food in our yard. Just, please, dust yourself off first, otherwise you look like a wet chicken. Churnish shook himself so that all the grass around him became wet. I'm ready. And Tim proudly led Churnish along. He took him to the yard. In the yard they were met by Rose the cow, Bull the goat and Tilly the goose. Tim told them Blackie's sad story. What an evil master, said the goat Bull. Poor Blackie, sighed the goose Tilly. Well, nothing, now you will live with us. And who will try to offend him, will deal with me. Tim shouted and fluffed out his yellow feathers so much that he immediately became twice as large. No one will hurt you, Churnish, don't be afraid. They all shouted. Only the cat Snowball said nothing. It was the owner's white cat. He walked over to his bowl and began to lap up the milk. Blackie looked at the bowl and meowed plaintively. He hasn't eaten anything since morning. But Snowball didn't even look at Churnish and began to lap even faster. Tim was afraid that Snowball would drink all the milk. Hey, Snowy! Tim shouted. Leave a little Churnish. But Snowball continued to lap up, as if he had not heard. I'm so hungry, Blackie meowed. And Snowball lapped and lapped. Wait, Tim hissed. I will punish you for being greedy. He ran into a dark corner. And in a dark corner on a web hung a large, furry, black spider. Tim knew that Snowball was scared to death of spiders. Tim grabbed the spider and ran straight to Snowball. Help! Spider! Snowball yelled and started to run. He ran as fast as he could. So he turned the corner and flew into the kitchen. Where would you hide? Hurry, hurry, the kitchen cabinet is open. Snowball jumped into the closet. Dishes rattled, flour fell, a brush fell. Snowball huddled in a dark corner and curled up there, trembling with fear. And Tim was rolling with laughter in the yard. Go to dinner, Churnish. Snowball won't be back anytime soon. Churnish ran up to the bowl. So tasty. In 1 minute he drank all the milk. And now I need to wash up. Blackie licked his front paw and wiped his whiskers with it. Then he licked his paw again and washed his cheeks, then licked again and washed his ears. He was a very clean kitten. Thank you, Tim, Blackie said when he had finished washing. You are a true friend. First you saved me from death, and now from hunger. It's nothing, Tim answered. Is it worth talking about it? At this time, Mother Duck was running around the yard and looking for Tim. Nobody knew where he was. Only Snowball could tell where Tim was, but Snowball sat in a dark closet and trembled with fear. I'm so worried, said Mother Duck. I saw a fox outside the gate. I'm so afraid she'll drag Tim away. After all, he always runs alone. Outside the kitchen, Tim met Loppy the rabbit and Penny the hen. Be careful, they whispered. They saw a fox outside the gate. Watch out she doesn't eat you. Tim was scared. Mother! He shouted. Where are you? I want to see you. But Mother Duck was at the other end of the yard and did not hear anything. What to do? Tim thought. Where to run? Suddenly he saw a basket. She was standing near the kitchen door. It was a round wicker basket with a tight lid. The cook always went to the market with her. That's good, Tim was delighted. The fox won't find me here. He lifted the lid and climbed into the basket. It was dark inside and smelled of something delicious. At the bottom lay a large piece of sausage. Now let the fox look for me, Tim thought. He sat back and laughed softly. And the fox looked around the corner and saw a basket. Nuff, nuff, nuff. She breathed in through her nose. Smells like duck. That's good. I'll take this basket to my foxes. Somehow they will rejoice. We'll have duck soup for lunch. The fox ran out from around the corner, ears upright, tail piped, paws top top top, nose nuff nuff nuff, and his eyes keep looking around to see if the cook is coming. Oh, that cook! Last time she threw a brush at me. No matter how she sees me now, the fox thought and looked around. But there was no one in the yard. The fox crept quietly along the wall, put its paw into the handle of the basket and calmly walked, as if carrying provisions from the market. The fox thought that no one had seen her, but she was mistaken. Blackie sat around the corner and saw everything. He heard poor Tim quacking in his basket, Help! Help! I'll save you, Tim! Churnish shouted. He darted around the yard. At least meet someone. And as luck would have it, no one, the whole yard is empty. What to do? Churnish rushed to Mother Duck. "Hurry, hurry!" Churnish shouted. "The fox took Tim away." "Horrible!" cried Mother Duck. "My poor son! What should I do? Where is the fox?" "There she is. Do you see it, far away in the field?" Churnish showed. "I see!" cried Mother Duck. "I'll catch up with her. Let's run." "No, we can't catch up with the fox," Blackie sighed. "She runs much faster than you. If only you could swim to it." "I can do better," Mother Duck said proudly. "I can fly to her. Look!" And she spread her wings. The wings were white as snow, large and wide. They clapped so hard that Blackie even backed away. Mother Duck rose into the air, flapped her wings, clap, 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 and flew into the field after the fox. And the fox was already approaching his house. She was very tired. The basket was heavy. After all, it contained a duckling and sausage. "Nothing," thought the fox, "soon the house. I'll call my son or daughter, they will help to drag the basket." And as soon as she thought about it, she suddenly heard a noise above her, clap, clap, clap. It was Mother Duck catching up with her. Mother Duck went down. On the fly she put her head into the handle of the basket and rushed up with all her might. Hooray! The basket was around her neck. "Give it back!" the fox squealed. "This is my basket." "Well, so what?" muttered Mother Duck. "And my son is in the basket." And at this time Tim began to cry in the basket. "Don't be afraid, son," muttered Mother Duck. "It's me, your mom. We are flying home." And sure enough, soon they flew home. The whole court rejoiced at Tim. And how happy Churnish was! And with what pleasure he ate the sausage! "Thanks, Tim," Blackie said. "After all, you are saving me from hunger for the second time." "It's nothing," Tim answered. "Is it worth talking about it?" For 3 days Tim did not leave Mother Duck anywhere. He was very afraid to meet the fox again. On the 4th day, Tim was playing with Churnish and suddenly saw Mother Duck shedding bitter tears. What happened? Tim was scared. Did someone eat my brother or sister? No, Mother Duck cried. I'm very unhappy. Tell me who offends you, Churnish shouted. We will teach them a lesson. The fox offends me, said Mother Duck. Ever since I snatched the basket from her, she has been guarding me around the corner all day. Don't cry, Mom, Tim said. We'll help you. And how do we do it? Churnish meowed. Let's wait, Tim said. The fox will probably appear soon. And it is true, he did not have time to finish, as the fox appeared. She crept quietly along the wall, ran across the yard, and hid in the doghouse. Hurry, Churnish, Tim got excited. I figured out how to punish the fox. Let's run with me. We need to find Bull. They ran into the field. The bull was nibbling at the grass. Listen, Bull, Tim said, help us catch the fox. She climbed into Top's booth and is watching for my mother. What happened? Tim was scared. Did someone eat my brother or sister? No, Mother Duck cried. I'm very unhappy. Tell me who offends you, Churnish shouted. We will teach them a lesson. The fox offends me, said Mother Duck. Ever since I snatched the basket from her, she has been guarding me around the corner all day. Don't cry, Mom, Tim said. We'll help you. And how do we do it? Churnish meowed. Let's wait, Tim said. The fox will probably appear soon. And it is true, he did not have time to finish, as the fox appeared. She crept quietly along the wall, ran across the yard, and hid in the doghouse. Hurry, Churnish, Tim got excited. I figured out how to punish the fox. Let's run with me. We need to find Bull. They ran into the field. The bull was nibbling at the grass. Listen, Bull, Tim said, help us catch the fox. She climbed into Top's booth and is watching for my mother.